Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Peter Pan, that's what they call me.
Welcome back to the White Stoner channel here on YouTube. And today, again, this is part 2 of you guys who mentioned what they wanted to see in my post. So if I kind of say your name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. But this one came from Gregory Kramer. Thank you for the shot. Thank you for the video idea. Now I couldn't get all my favorite DVDs. I don't know if you meant pay-per-views, compilations, or even documentaries. So I picked out 8 of my favorite pay-per-views. Some honorable mentions are SummerSlam 2009, which I have right here. SummerSlam 2009 is an honorable mention. This was a really good event, I thought, even though I needed basically a new one. We had Randy Orton and John Cena in the main event, which we've seen a lot in 2009. Jeff Hardy and CM Punk stole the show in the TLC match. I was hoping Jeff Hardy would have won, but you can't get what you want. CM Punk won. We had Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler, MVP and Jack Swagger, Christian and William Regal, and Jericho versus Crime Time for the Unified Tag Team titles. So this event I thought was actually pretty good. Another honorable mention is Armageddon 2008. I couldn't find that one. I know I have it. It's on the bookshelf somewhere. That's where Jeff Hardy wins the WWE title. Survivor Series 2007. Royal Rumbles 2001 is right here. If I can keep my shit together and not have it fall. 2001 Royal Rumble is an awesome event. It's the greatest Royal Rumble ever, everyone says. This is where Stone Cold wins it for the 3rd time. And we have Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho in a fucking awesome ladder match. Another honorable mention is Extreme Rules 2012. I honestly think people have also said this is the greatest Extreme Rules ever made. This is Brock Lesnar's big return in pay-per-view. It was John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in the main event of Extreme Rules. A lot of you wanted Brock Lesnar to win. John Cena won, and I'm very fucking glad that he did. He needed this win after a disappointing loss at WrestleMania 28. Another honorable mention is Royal Rumble 2002, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. And I believe that's it of the Royal Rumbles. Some WrestleMania honorable mentions obviously are like 22, 23, 25 for me. Shit. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. You get the picture of those. And then right here, an honorable mention for this one would be WrestleMania 26. I honestly hated this pay-per-view for a long time until I sat down, really paid attention and watched it. It was actually really good. The main event was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. So, enough with my honorable mentions. Let's get this started. Thanks again, Gregory Kramer, for this video idea. And if you are not, go subscribe to him on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel where he talks about wrestling. And then he has another YouTube channel where he sings with his brother. So go check both of his channels out. Starting it off, they're not in any order, but some of you might not really like this choice because you said this SummerSlam's not the best, but my all-time favorite SummerSlam is 2006. We have Legend Killer Randy Orton going against Hulk Hogan, Sabu and Big Show in an awesome fucking match. Ric Flair and Mick Foley in a fucking awesome I Quit match. And then Edge and John Cena for the WWE title, which was so good. The only disappointment that I have in this is Batista didn't win the World Heavyweight title. King Booker held on to it, but Booker T deserved another title reign. So, but Batista should have won. And we have our cool discard. And I'm gonna sneeze, so. The one that could have didn't sneeze. My favorite Armageddon. If I could have found it, I would have put 2008 in here instead. But this one was really good. Boogeyman and The Miz, Gregory Helms and Jimmy Wang Yang. Let's not talk about that. Chris Benoit and Chavo Guerrero. A WWE Tag Team match. Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus William Regal and Dave Taylor. That didn't happen. It was Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus Dave Taylor and William Regal versus the Hardy Boys and Eminem in a ladder match. That match was fucking awesome, and I still can't believe that it's the second match on this whole card. I would have put that as the main event, honestly. So, Joey Mercury gets his fucking nose broke from each end you can ever think of. Oh, man. And then the cool cover. And then the cool discard. And the flaming insert. And this one was also an Inferno match between Kane and MVP. And then the last ride match, Undertaker and Mr. Kennedy, which was fucking awesome. We have, the main event was Batista and John Cena, both the champions, just like in SmackDown vs. 2006. And then King Booker and Finlay. We have my favorite Backlash of all time, right here, 2007. The Hardy Boys versus Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch was great. Batista and Undertaker in the Last Man Standing match was phenomenal. And then Chris Benoit versus MVP. Another great match. Sad that this is Chris Benoit's last Backlash ever. And then we really didn't need the 3-on-1 handicap match for the ECW title. And I think that's what lets this pay-per-view down, is that match. Melina and Mickie James, I wish their match would have went on a little longer. But my second favorite match of the night is the main event, and that is Shawn Michaels, Edge and Randy Orton. Shawn Michaels versus Edge versus Randy Orton versus John Cena for the WWE title. And honestly, whoever won that match, I would have been very happy, because I like all four of them. No insert. This one is no shocker to anyone if you've been watching my YouTube channel for a long time. My all-time favorite WrestleMania is WrestleMania 24. Why? Because they're they're outdoors, and they have a lot of fireworks when they do their entrance or celebrating. Look at that. That's fucking badass. Then you had John Legend singing American the Beautiful. Oh, man. Your Hall of Fame was the Briscoes, Eddie Graham, Rocky Johnson, Gordon Solly, Mae Young, Peter Maivia, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who said, "Fuck WWE, I'm going to TNA to end my career." There's like literally one bad match on this whole card. That's Big Show and Flame Money Mayweather. But my favorite match on this whole card is Edge and Undertaker. They kill it, man. And then Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels was awesome too. My all-time favorite No Way Out. I've never mentioned this, so I don't think I have at least. Is 2008 No Way Out. Loved the cover. This was also on the magazine. John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge and Mysterio was awesome. Mysterio fought with a torn bicep. Jeff Hardy, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, JBL, and Umaga in the Raw Elimination Chamber. Every time I watch this, I still say to myself, "Alright, Jeff, you're going to go out there and you're going to win." Triple H wins instead, so, I mean, literally 2007-8 was Triple H's big years where he was, like, most popular, so I get it now. And then SmackDown / ECW Elimination Chamber, Batista, Great Khali, Big Daddy V, MVP, Finlay, and Undertaker. Whoever wins goes to the main event and faces Edge. Honestly, if they picked Undertaker to be in a different match against someone, and they had Batista and Edge in the feud from the main event, oh my god, I think that would have been very good. And then we have Chavo Guerrero versus CM Punk for the ECW title. Next up, we have my all-time favorite, New Year's Revolution, which they did 3, 2005, 6, and 7. So, 2006 is my all-time favorite. Oh my god. I don't know what you can say wrong about this. The cover is very cool. The only disappointing thing is Jerry Lawler and Gregory Helms wasn't really a good match, but I still liked it. We had the first ever bra and panties gauntlet match. Ashley, Maria, Candice, Michelle, Tori Wilson, and Victoria. Then we had Trish Stratus and Mickie James in their follow-up match to WrestleMania 22, which was way better. Big Show and Triple H. You didn't see that too often, so that was very cool. Ric Flair and Edge. This was a match where Edge takes the briefcase and whacks it across Ric Flair's face. And then the Elimination Chamber is John Cena, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Chris Masters, Carlito, and Kane. Man, what an awesome Elimination Chamber match. And yes, that is my all-time favorite Elimination Chamber match. But that is not really the selling point of this pay-per-view. This is where Edge cashes in and becomes WWE Champion for the first time ever. I was so proud of him. Even though he was a huge heel at this time, oh my god, every time I watch it, I feel bad for Cena that it happened. But, I mean, Edge cashing in, man, that's fucking awesome. And again, if you've been watching the channel, you know 2007 Royal Rumble is my all-time favorite. Bobby Lashley and Tess could have, basically not happened. But it did. It was okay. John Cena and Umaga in the last man standing match was awesome. Batista and Mr. Kennedy was great. And the Royal Rumble match. Undertaker finally wins his first Royal Rumble. And then you had like a pre-show, like a pre-match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. We honestly didn't know who was going to win. And then for the last one, if you watched the previous video, my favorite Survivor Series of all time is 2006. DX just basically, Team DX basically eliminates everyone on the opposing team. That was hilarious. Cena, Kane, Bobby Lashley, Sabu, and RVD was the one team. And then Big Show, Test, MVP, Finlay and Umaga was great. My favorite match on this whole card was King Booker versus Batista, because Batista wins the world title. So those are just some of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. I couldn't find all of them, or I'd be here forever. So, once again, thank you, Gregory Kramer, for this video idea. And go ahead and subscribe to his channels. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a like. And White Stoner is out.
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you never be lonely.